and welcome to another Willow's Workout of the Week, number 21.
21.
Matchy games on point
Oh,
today.
Bonus points for the uniform selection. We didn't even talk about this, we just ended up in the same shirt.
We had planned a recovery session for today. Brent's back's actually a little bit cranky, so we're going to base it around some methods that you can use to help release lower back by stretching muscles around that. So tell us a little bit more about what's going on.
Alright, so as Chrissy said, we've changed our program a bit, and I'm not getting younger, and my back's a little tight. So I'm not injured, and I just want to be clear that this isn't a recovery program for an injured back. This is a program for somebody who sits 7 to 10 hours a day, is not 25 anymore, and starts a new program. I'm a bit tight. So a lot of time with lower back tightness and soreness, that's where I'm sore and tight. It's not where I'm hurt, so to speak. So we're going to do some recovery on our posterior chains up the back of me. We're going to do some calf recovery, some hamstring recovery, and some glute recovery, because in my experience as a trainer and knowing my own body with what it does when I change things, I'm a very tight human being right now at the back of my body, which is causing me to get a bit of discomfort in my lower back. Yeah. So we're going to take you through a calf stretch. First, we'll show you a couple of variants so you can do it at home with no equipment. A little bit of hamstring stretching, which I always find is the one we least like to do. Mm-hmm. And then a bit of glute, which tight glutes a lot of the time equal tight back. Yeah. So, calf raise first. We're going to come over to our step.
Calf stretch.
Calf stretch. I'm saying calf raise. I'm used to exercise. Yep. This is recovery. So, we're going to use a step for this calf stretch, not raise. So Chris is just going to place one foot on the step. We're going to be on the ball of your foot. I'm going to do the inside foot. Chris is going to do the outside foot. We're going to mirror each other. I put my other foot on the step for stability. I'm leaning on the wall and I'm just sinking down into that heel. Now, what I want you to be aware of when you're on this step is that your whole foot's on the step. You're not rocked onto just the ball of your foot and your big toe. You're not on the outside sweep of your foot. You're just right over the top, even balance, sitting into the heel. So I'm relaxing into this stretch. The key term in that is relaxing in your stretch. You shouldn't be bashing yourself into a stretch.
Not forcing it.
When the saying is time is money, well, it certainly is time is money when it comes to stretch. You want a long period of time easing into a stretch, not 20 seconds of brutally punishing yourself with stretch as hard as you can. So we're going to take 3 minutes per side. Chris just pulled a face. That's a nice long amount of time to be sitting in this stretch. I'm going to chuck it in time lapse. We'll see you in 3 minutes. Righty dokey, so that was exciting. I'm feeling a little bit better. It's funny how it's all connected. You're not just random muscles in a bag of skin. Everything's connected. I've stretched my calf, my lower back's already backing off. So, a little bit of back pun action there.
Yeah, you're so punny.
I feel like I'm nailing it. So, next we're going to do a hamstring stretch. Now, a couple of ways we can do a hamstring. We're going to do it 2 ways. First, we're just going to let gravity do the work.
Shall I demonstrate while you talk?
Why not? So, we're going to do a hamstrings, legs up the wall stretch. So, you want to get your butt as close to the wall as you can. Legs up the wall. I want your back nice and relaxed and neutral on the floor. So, don't try to get as close as you can and your butt's off the ground because your hamstrings are tight. So, Chrissy's got a little bend in the knees, they're just relaxed, they're not locked out. Her feet are relaxed, her legs are up the wall. Now, this is just letting gravity do the work to relax your hamstrings. You're going to lay there with your legs up the wall for 3 minutes. How challenging.
It's fantastic.
This is fantastic. I'm all about the stretches where it's passive. So, I'm going to get on the floor, get a bit of hamstring release action happening. See you in another 3. Righto, so we've done the first bit, which is just letting the hamstrings relax, letting the back get a bit neutral, slowly worked. Christy's right up against the wall, but to start with I couldn't, my hammies were too tight, so I was about this far away from the wall, and as it relaxed I got it closer and closer and closer until my buttocks were touching the wall, and there's a bit of relaxation. So now we want to get into the hamstrings a bit more specifically. Christy's going to take her little band there. You use a towel. If you've got a yoga strap, you can use anything. It's just putting a little bit of tension onto the foot. So it's going to sit about the ball of the foot bring the leg away from the wall. It can stay against the wall, depends on your mobility. And you can put a little bit of tension on until you feel that stretch up the back of the leg. Now, it's a gentle stretch. Gentle, right? It's not grip it, rip it.
It's not this.
Yeah, if you're holding your breath, if your leg's shaking too much, back it off a little bit. You just want a little bit of pressure. Keep breathing. As it releases, add a little more tension. As it releases, add a little more tension. So, softly as you go, we're going to do 1.5 minutes per leg. See you in a minute. So, hamstrings, tick, calves, tick. Bit of glute action now. So a lot of the time, tight glutes will feel like low back pain. So stretching the glutes is particularly for someone who sits a lot, got an office job, you're at a computer desk, you want to be sitting there, and a couple of times a day if you can stretch your glutes. Now, we're not going to do the traditional sitting in a chair glute stretch today, though if you do want to find out that one, they are around on a digital platform, lots of glute stretching content out there, but we're going to do up the wall. So Christy's going to take her right ankle, she's thinking about which one's the right one there, place it across her left knee. Now what you're looking for is the ability to push that knee away from yourself to try to get it, let's say, parallel with the wall. You want to feel this here in the glute, a little bit in the inner thigh. If you want more intensity in this stretch, you're going to bend the second leg to push it towards you, but you might not need it. You might need to come away from the wall to make it less intense. But what we're looking for is pushing that knee away, a gentle stretch through the glutes. Again, we're going to stay there for about 1.5 minutes per side. See you on the other side when hopefully I'm a little bit more limber. I'm a bit dazed.
Yeah. Well, there we have it. We've stretched our calves, hamstrings and glutes. Often when you have a bit of pain somewhere or discomfort or something's tight, stretching the things around it can make a big difference. So hopefully your back's feeling a little happier now.
I feel a little more limber, that is true.
I feel like we're a little more relaxed than we usually are at the end of a wow session too. So yeah, recovery is just as important as all the hard stuff.
That's the thing you don't see that we do a lot of,
Yeah.
is a lot of stretch, a lot of trigger point, a
Rolling.
lot of gentle recovery, a lot of foam rolling,
Yeah.
to keep us mobile so that I spend most of my year not tight in the back.
Yes.
But since it popped up, we thought it was good to teach you that. Don't worry, next week we'll be back to
Beating.
beating some intensity. And we will see you next week for number 22.
22. See you then, guys.
Bye guys.